designer shoes, designer pants, and it is either all one or several. And that is how that's their identification.
Right.
So, and that actually to me seems fairly normal because in the Asian community, that's just a norm.
Girl, I'm not your normal Filipino though.
Okay. Explain to me how that works because I'm not into it anymore, but I used to be.
Right.
So you never were?
Never.
Welcome to We Time Convo, the podcast where real talk meets real budgets. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Liza.
And today we're breaking down our love-hate relationship with luxury. I share how high-end labels have started to lose their sparkle.
And I'll tell you why I'd rather rock a $25 Target bag than anything with a 4-figure price tag. From designer hype to quiet quitting luxury, let's get into it. First of all, I don't have a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money. So it could easily be different if I had a really hefty income. I might like that stuff, but I just know I dress and I like things according to what I can afford.
Okay.
Right? I mean, if a man were to buy me a Hermes purse, give it to me. I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not going to turn it away. I would.
You would?
Because there are some nice Hermes purses that are very I like simple, right? Uh-huh. For instance, Louis Vuitton. You can tell that it's a Louis Vuitton purse because what is it? The patterns, right? I don't like that.
It's too loud for you.
Yeah. But the fact that if I had an Hermes, how much is an Hermes purse
Well, it depends.
Cost? Okay.
But
what's a price point?
I think on average, you're probably looking at $30,000. Okay.
Me having a $30,000 purse on my arm, no way. There's no way. Just the thought of it. I'm very careless about my things. Maybe it's because I know it's cheap, right? Uh-huh. I'll throw my purse on the floor. I'll lose my purse, this and that. But the anxiety that it would give me.
Yeah.
Knowing that I have this purse and I'm going to set it down somewhere. They're beautiful, but I guess I just have never been a person that liked luxury things.
Okay. But let's switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
And because you still, besides a material
I should
thing,
ask you, why do you like it as somebody that has owned luxury things?
Because it made me feel pretty.
Okay.
I think that was it. I saw people who wore it that just it made them look good. And I think as I was growing up, it made me feel good, and it provided some kind of status when you have it. And so when I was younger, that was and I also think it's a circle that you're in. So if you're in a circle that's common, you actually it's natural. I think what ends up happening is, and I was single. So I was single, didn't have kids, didn't have really a responsibility. I was working. It was money that I had that I didn't find any issues in spending because I didn't have any other responsibilities. And I was very short term.
Yeah. And I think it's different for me because I became a mom at 19. So I didn't even have that chance to even have my own money
because it was
that.
Going somewhere else. And I think also because I see it in my mom and my aunts. It's just there, right? And I think not until I actually got older, it started losing its luster for me because after a while you're I have a ton of bags. I have a ton of shoes. The shoes go really quickly. I had a kid and we wanted to do other things. And so I think the practicality of having a nice purse and taking care of a child, it started becoming a little less important, I guess is my point.
So is Vanessa the same way? Designers go, I think, but that's different. I think kids nowadays, like Ava wanted this $50 hoodie and it's just a plain hoodie.
Yeah. What? So I don't know necessarily. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think kids like certain brands.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not like Vanessa is more around her makeup and her skincare. She'll spend money on that. Okay. And she'll spend money on her nails and she'll spend money on her eyelashes. But she'd rather do that than spend money on a $1,500 purse. It's just not just, and she does have a purse. She actually has 2 nice purses that I bought for her. One, I'm like, why don't you wear that? You're wearing this, $20 like black purse. And she's just like, but I like it. I think it's, to your point, she doesn't feel bad when she's throwing it around because she's also moving, right?
How many purses do you own? And what's your most expensive purse that you think that you own right now?
So I probably have like 15. I live with my mom, so she has her own set of purses too. So she's probably even double me, if not more. But I'll tell you, I use probably, like at one point, I was using kind of like this $20 purse that I just carried around because it was just so easy and convenient. My most expensive one is probably my Chanel, and that was probably like, I want to say $8,000.
Oh my
And that was
God.
a treat to myself.
Oh my God. I can't even even for me to spend $100, like if I'm looking at $100 purse, I'm like, oh, but again, it's the way it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I got the Chanel, and like I bought my Chanel, like nobody gave it to me. Yeah. Like it was one of those trips where I was in Vegas and it was my birthday. And I was with my sister and my cousin. We were celebrating my birthday. And I was like, hey, I work hard. I'm a good mom and I'm a single mom and I wanted to treat myself. And I've always wanted a Chanel bag. And so I bought it. It was one of those things where I bought and I didn't put it on a credit card. Because like, that's the other thing too. When you're young, you don't have enough money to buy if it's you don't have enough money. Yeah. So generally. And so I would put it on my credit card. Right. And so I would pay my credit card in order to afford this brand purse. But now as I'm older, I felt really good because when I bought my Chanel bag, I bought it. Wow. I didn't put it on a card. And so I felt very accomplished and, like I said, proud of, in a way, it was me being proud of myself.
And that's one thing you'll probably always keep forever because that's a memory.
Yes, yeah. It's a memory, and Chanel's are classic. It's a classic bag. I could totally see myself at some point giving it to Vanessa. Right now, she could care less about it. Yeah. Right. But I mean, it's a classic bag that I feel like will be timeless. So in a way, it's also like something I can give to her as well. So I only have 2 Chanel bags. One's black, one's white. And those are probably my luxury bags that I care for. Everything else I could care less.
Yeah. And you say that it's starting to lose its luster for you. All the other bags, are you thinking of just letting them go, selling them, or like buying bags from here on out? Like, would you?
One, I like bags. Like, I like certain bags, which is weird. I don't know if some of you listeners, like, I like pens. Like, I like pens. I like paper. I like stationery. So like, I could spend days just like checking out different types of pens and how they write. And so going back to, I like bags, but I try to remind myself, like, you don't need all these bags. You have enough, right? Like, you just don't need it.
Yeah.
What do I want to do with my other ones? Honestly, because, well, I have the gamut of all, like Gucci,
so Louis Vuitton,
LV, yeah. Gucci, the list, like Dior, like I Do you remember
back in the day when Coach used to be like the high end purse?
Yeah.
And then now it's like, that's nothing. It's like, it's crazy to me that a purse can cost $30,000.
It is.
And is it just the name? Is that it? Is that all? Or is it, I'm sure it's like really nice leather or material, but like, it's just the name.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, you're really buying it for, like, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful bag. Yeah. But it's definitely status, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you have it, there's a status that is attached to it. But I mean, going back to my stuff, honestly, I regret it. Like, right now I'm carrying, like, what's that called? The Gucci
A belt bag or?
No, it's not called a.
It looks like a fanny pack.
It's a fanny pack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's basically the Gucci fanny pack. Honestly, I didn't even buy that. My husband wanted to get a fanny pack, and I was so pissed off that he wanted that particular one, because I'm like, you could have a nice fanny pack for $50. Like, we don't need that. And so what ended up happening was he does wear it once in a while, but he doesn't wear it often. But because it's so convenient, because it is a fanny pack, and the way it's built, it's pretty sturdy. So I toss it around, but I could care less that it has a Gucci.
How much is that?
It's like $1,500.
Picture of it. Yeah. How much?
$1,500.
Oh my God. Okay. So my thing is with luxury goods is, okay, if I save all my money and get like the purse of my dreams, a $30,000 purse, I need to back that up. Like, I'm not going to carry my $30,000 purse into my 2007 Camry, right? Like, it just doesn't match, right? Then I got to buy like a car to match with it, or clothes. Like, I'm wearing Target clothes. Like, you have to look.
Yes.
You have to match your purse. That is my thing.
Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. So you may not be into luxury brands, but you do have a vice, right? Like, so like, for example, some people's vice is luxury brands. So like for you, what do you consider luxury?
So are you talking luxury in terms of like clothing?
Like for you, like for example, it's like, look, I'm not into bags, I'm not into clothing, but let me tell you, I am not doing a like, Jose Cuervo.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're not doing like that is not me.
So luxury to me is like, as you all know, I like to drink.
Yes.
I like scotch. I like very expensive scotch.
So that's your luxury.
Yeah, like 18-year. Like for me, a really really nice bottle would be like a $500 bottle.
So that to you is the luxury that you're willing to spend on.
And also trips, vacations. Like to me, that's my luxury.
Yes.
Like I rather take that money. Like I wouldn't spend $1,500 on a fanny pack. Like no, but I would spend $1,500 on a trip.
Yes.
So that is my luxury.
Yeah.
So it's different. Luxury is different for everybody. And I'm never going to, judge anybody for what makes them happy, what makes them feel good, what makes them look good, because it's not my money.
No, totally.
Like, so
totally. But I think that's the thing, is that I think sometimes people just get so stuck on the brand name that even if it's ugly, they will still buy it.
So like Kanye West had this plain white t-shirt. I don't know. I think it was like thousands of dollars. That's all it was. And it's like, and people were buying
because it was his brand.
Yeah. And Peter likes luxury stuff.
Yes.
He likes watches and I watch his Instagram. Like he likes that stuff.
He does.
So is he more into that like luxury goods than you are now? Or were you guys on the equal?
No, he's definitely a lot more than I like. I like good quality. It's unfortunately, well, not fortunate, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, sometimes you pay and that's what you get. So to me, it's not necessarily the brand that gets me. It's more of the quality that the brand gives, if that makes sense.
Right.
So to me, I'm more about quality, and I'm kind of like you where I like subtlety. So I don't necessarily like a brand that's like you would never see me in a Fendi outfit, like straight up, like
a velour Gucci outfit.
Yeah, that just would not be like, you just wouldn't see me doing that.
Yeah.
Like the way I like to carry luxury now is very subtly, and that's just my style. And then like, for example, like, okay, my fanny pack, I couldn't even remember what that is, but like my fanny pack, it's loud. Yeah. But you would never catch me wearing, like, I already know it's loud, but it's small loud. And I like, if you look at me, I'm like walking in like with Target, right? Yeah. So to a certain extent, I'm not gonna dress to the nines.
You're not gonna be one of those Asian ladies that wear the Chanel hat and like Chanel fluffy slippers out in the wild.
No. So, I mean, to me, it's one of those things. And I think everybody goes into a phase. Some people just don't get out of it. I get it why it's something that people strive for, but I don't know why people get stuck in it.
Yeah. I like leisure wear, like Lululemon and stuff like that.
That's considered luxury.
I would spend money on that. And like you said, it's because
the quality, right?
The quality. Like I have Lululemon sweats that I've worn forever and it's never been like stretched out. It looks great. It feels great. So yeah, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have Viore sweats that are like, it's an $80 plain pair of sweats.
But that's a pretty expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But like I love it because dog hair never sticks on it.
See?
It fits me well.
Yeah.
But yeah, each to their own.
Yeah. To your point, I get it. I just don't, I don't know. I've moved on from it.
So when did it start losing its luster for you?
When I started realizing I couldn't afford the lifestyle I wanted and do that.
Yeah.
You know, like it just, then I'm not saving, right? Like I'm not like, I'm not walking around with like being millions and millions of dollars, right? And even then, I'm kind of like, you just kind of move on from it. Yeah. Like you look at other things that you'd rather spend your money on, whether it's building investments or assets or experience, right? And then I started looking at, having a daughter and what am I building for her? Right. I'm just like wasting away money and I'm not building anything for her really. And then also I noticed that where am I going to keep all this stuff?
Yeah.
Right. And it's hard to get rid of because you do have an attachment to it. Right. Because it either brings a memory or it brings like.
Debbie, that's like a hoarding tendency.
Yes, exactly.
So are you a hoarder?
Well, to a certain extent, yes. I feel like I do hoard a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like I've been looking at my closet and my closet is full. And I keep stuff, there's probably stuff in there that's like 15, 20 years ago that I refuse to get rid of because I either kid myself and I say, okay, well, at some point I'll wear it or I'll be able to fit it. But I'm coming to a point where I'm actually like ready to let certain things go. Plus, I think about my mom. She grew up very, I don't want to say poor, but she grew up not having all these things. She works hard. Her family was a working family. And so they didn't have those luxuries, those material things. So when my mom came to the US and she made her own money, she fills her house because it's probably something that she's lacked when she was younger. Mm-hmm. So the funny thing is I'll clean out an area and she'll fill it right back up because her eyes need to see stuff. She doesn't like to see emptiness, right? Like it's not her, like to me, I like empty or minimal because it looks cleaner. My mind is clearer. Her, it's the opposite. She'll fill it right back up. And it's because to her, it's empty. And so that being said, she has a lot of stuff. I mean, and stuff that we'll never use. Like, I swear to God, our pantry is a storage area where she has pots and pans. Like, when we redid our kitchen, she bought a new set of pots and pans. But the old set, she could not let go. So we have multiple pans that she'll never use anymore. But she won't get rid of it. So, and that's just like one type of thing, but that is prevalent with everything that she has. It was so funny. Just recently, my daughter was helping my mom fold laundry and she's like, how many underwears do you need, Grandma? Because she was like at 15. And my mom was like, and I was like, girl, you don't know. Your grandma has like a full drawer of underwear. And she's like, what? Right? And she's like, what? And then she's like, Grandma, what is this? And then I go, I kid you not, Grandma could probably go for like 3 months without doing laundry. And like, she's like, an underwear? And I'm like, yes. And she's just like, so she asked my mom. My mom's like, my underwear's still good. Like, yeah, it's true.
How far back does this underwear obsession
That's
go?
what I'm saying, right? But like, you see, it's not like my mom, like she takes care of her stuff because that's part of like how she grew up, right? So she's like, I kid you not, that lady probably can go 3 months without like doing laundry for underwear. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, as they get older, because I've heard from family, from friends of whose families have passed away, it's exhausting. Like, it's the anxiety and the stress of going through all their things, right? And I kind of go, oh my God, that is going to be me and my sister, and my sister and I, like, we're pretty emotional. She's also very sentimental. I'm afraid that we're going to get stuck with my mom's stuff because we can't let it go. Right. But can you imagine how much stuff that is? And that's like, that already gives me anxiety.
Yeah, 3 months worth of underwear. What are you going to do with it?
But I mean, it's just everything that she has. It's just like she has her bags, right?
How many bags do you think she has?
Oh God, she probably has probably 50.
Oh my God.
Like, she has bags in like bins because she can't even put it up anymore. So it's in bins and several bins. Yes. And you know, most are luxury, some not, but she won't get rid of them but they're on bins. And I'm like, for me, if it's out of sight, out of mind. So I wouldn't even know, like, I wouldn't even use it. I wouldn't even go into it. Right. So me, I'm kind of one of those people that I hate to store things. Because once you store something, unless you actually need it, you're going to forget about it.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, for her, I'm like, how do you do? So, I don't know. She, like, and the house.
Is she still purchasing bags till this day? Like, does she still collect them?
Not as much. Okay. But once in a while, I'll catch her and I'll say,
what do you mean? How do you catch her? Like, she just walks in with a new purse? Like, do you remember all her purses?
Yes, because I know.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, sometimes she'll walk in and she's being very subtle. It's not like she's showing me, right? Yeah. And, like, I'll look and I'm like, wait a minute, that's a new bag. And I go, Mom, that's a new bag. She goes, no, it's not. Like, she'll straight up lie to me. She'll straight up lie. And I'm like, Mom, why do you buy any more bags? It's just, she's like, it's my money. Leave me alone. And I'm like, but you have so many, right? And none of it that we're using or anybody's using, but it's her thing. And she doesn't do it as much, but like I said, once in a while. And what catches her, and it doesn't have to be luxury anymore, which is even worse, I think, sometimes, because when she's out with her sister-in-laws, my aunts, or her friends, they'll go shopping, and if it's a good deal, even if she doesn't need it, she gets suckered in and she'll buy it. So yeah, it's
that's so funny because I like to buy shoes.
Yeah.
And because my mom notices everything about me. Like, if you guys don't know, my mom lives with me. I've talked about her before. She knows every piece of clothing that I own, all my shoes. So now I have to, like, when I get things shipped to me, I have to ship it to my work or hide them in my trunk. Because she's like, oh, you got a new dress? Oh, you got new shoes? She's like, I thought you said you didn't have any money. And I'm like, right? She's always like, oh, why is it like, because my mom likes to gamble and stuff. Yeah. And she's like, can I have money? Sometimes I give her money because, you know, she takes care of the kids. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't have money. So now she's just like, why did you get new shoes? She's like, I thought you didn't have any money. So I have to start like hiding shit, you know?
No, I hear you. Yeah. So like, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could buy a knockoff, would you?
No.
Why?
First of all, I feel like people can tell. Like, I think I would be walking around very self-conscious. Like, I know people think that shit's fake. Like, I just don't want, you know, like, if I'm gonna buy something, like, it better be real. Right. And I do understand now, like, knockoffs are actually pretty good now.
Yes.
Like, they're not like before, like, you can totally tell, like, the pattern is off and it's like an LS, not an LV, you know, like things like that. Would you?
Me?
Yeah.
I generally would not.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I have not, but in general, no. but like to your point, I've also been like, if I can't afford the real thing, I probably just don't want it.
Yeah. My mom has some knockoffs and she's proud of them. Like she'll tell people, she's all, look at my Louis Vuitton, and she's like, it's not real. But she like loves it, you know. And
I love it.
Yeah, some people just like it, and it's fine. Like they still like to look and feel like luxury. Yeah, you know, but like at a cost that they can afford. Which is fine.
Well, it's funny. I think it was because you were talking about the Hermes bag. There was a Walmart Hermes bag,
yeah.
and
like
that was trending.
Bucks.
Yes, that was like so trending. You could, and I actually looked it up just to see, and you could not find it because people were buying it like crazy. But like to your point, there are, and it's so cute because like your mom, she's like, it's fake.
I don't give a shit.
And she loves it. Like she's proud of it.
Yeah.
Because she probably goes like, hey, I got this bag and like I don't have to spend that crazy ass money that you guys spent. So but yeah, no. So like my mom, she's kind of depleted from having a luxury bag to now just buying because she thinks that it's a good deal.
Yeah.
So but yeah, but I'm hoping that, you know, when I think about the next generation, I'm really hoping that Vanessa doesn't get into that phase. I really feel
that's her husband's problem if she does,
that's
or her
true.
boyfriend, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like where I put value now is what is that called? Just having the financial freedom to know that you're okay.
Yeah.
Like to me is like the luxury. And then from there, like spending money, like for me, I love bringing people together. I love seeing my nieces and nephews together and us having a good time. And, you know, they don't make a lot of money. So when we go out to dinner, me and my husband, we don't mind paying. It gets expensive because they're adults, but both him and I don't mind because if that's how we spend our money, because we see them and we're spending time with them. So to your point, experiences.
I love that.
So,
but yeah, I mean, each to their own. Like if you want to spend $80,000 on a Rolex and it makes you feel good, I just can't imagine or fathom holding that much on me. You know, like maybe it's the east side in me. I'm like, someone's gonna jack me, like.
Yeah, well, and I mean, like probably you speak of Rolex. When I graduated from college, my mom ended up giving me her Rolex.
Oh my God.
And I used it for so long because I was pretty proud. It was a status. She gave it to me. She was pretty, you know, I could feel she was proud. And now I don't use it. I you know, like it's one of those things where I just don't use anymore, but I do treasure it. I would never sell it or give it away. I do see that as being timeless again, very similar to my Chanel bag that I'd give to Vanessa. But I'm quite fine with my Apple phone.
Yeah. See, I love that. I love the idea of somebody just coming from nothing and working really, really, really hard.
Yes.
For the things that they have. Like I just love that. I love that things are getting passed down. Like your mom passed down Rolex and you want to pass down your Chanel purse eventually to Vanessa. But I have a hard time seeing people that like gold diggers, like, you know, people with their sugar daddies and they get things handed to them like that, right?
Yes.
It's just kind of like, okay, well, whatever. But I love these stories of people like working hard for their things and valuing their things and taking really good care of it.
Yes.
You know, so I love that.
Yes.
And now I'm starting to see more.
Yes.
Why, you know, people love those things.
Yeah.
So I love hearing that story of your mom just like really taking care of her things and having 3 months worth of underwear. Because she really takes care of it.
I know.
Yeah.
My daughter was floored. She's like, Grandma, you only need like 2 weeks of underwear. Anything more than that, that's just like excessive.
That's hilarious.
And then my mom's like, huh. Like when she does that means like just leave it alone. Yeah, leave it alone.
Well, thank you guys for listening. I haven't done this for a while, but like, please, if you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to our podcast, just give us a 5-star rating because it really helps us out. And have a good day.